I got with me today. I had to show it off, Eric. Talking about that coffee cup, I had to show off your wares. I love this thing. It's so goofy looking and it's so, I don't know, artwork, homie. True artwork. Whew. Got after chores early this morning. Yesterday was rough. This morning was rough, but once I get busy working, I start feeling pretty good. Had a lot on the brain. This time of year is tough for a number of reasons, but I'll wait till some misfits pop in before I get to storytelling. But I had to show off my boy Eric's artwork. This thing's heavy. Made out of clay. It is so cool. I call him Left Eye after TLC. Left Eye always reminded me of Sunny, and she was as goofy as they came, and so was this little guy. All right, let me put Left Eye down for a minute and see who comes in, and I will show him off some more. I gotta lay him down, make sure he don't fall down, because if he falls down, it'll break his cigarette. Well, I see 1 and 0. Imagine that. I can only imagine who my first misfit is that shows up. Ain't that right, misfit? You're part of the family. Oh, even my stalker and my trolls are part of the family. Making peace with life, getting in a better mindset with everything that I've been through and with what's going on and what the future has in store. Let's see. Ooh, there's quite the tag. Been a while, Johnny. How's the property going? Those neighbors ever leave yet? No. This is so touching. Leanne Scott. I sub. Well, thank you. I appreciate the sub. Wow. I guess the gadget is hot and heavy. Justin's in the house. Well, since everybody's popping in, let me show off my artwork. It's pretty heavy. One of our misfits sent this to me. I call him Left Eye. It is the coolest artwork, and I hope our man Eric pops in. Made out of clay, and it is just the coolest, you know, one of the coolest gifts I've ever received by far. I mean, come on now. Who wouldn't want that in their living room? I love this thing. Oh, it's heavy and I gotta be careful because I'd hate to bust off his cigarette. Very cool, Justin, thank you. Eric made that. Joe B, is that Atmex you're wearing or is that your real face? Nice to meet you, Joe. Always a pleasure. Ah, my trolls. You can't upset me anymore. I've made peace with life, and I'm still working on it. Some days better than others. Oh, yeah, this time of year is pretty tough for me. My little dog Kimba, her birthday is in 2 days. My birthday was last month. Mom's birthday is next month. Then there's Thanksgiving. Then there's Christmas. And then there's wifey's birthday the day after Christmas. And then there's New Year's Eve. All these dates, all right next to each other. And my brother, he's passed. The wife is passed. Oh yeah, mom's birthday is next month, right around Thanksgiving, and she's passed away, and my little dog's passed away. So it's a little tough, but the last couple days, trying to make peace with life and the adversity in life, and trying to stay positive, knowing that my future will be full of doggies, and don't get caught up in any nonsense in the neighborhood. My last live, I was talking about I was hoping my ship container guy was going to call, and he did. He came out, moved my ship container. It's tucked away in the back, out of sight, out of mind, and it went from an eyesore to an asset, because anybody that buys this property, they got a 40-foot ship container to store stuff in. I was going to use it for lumber, milling wood and stacking lumber in that thing, so feel much better. Not to mention land service management, who said it's parked too close to the property line. Now that's not an issue. I told them I was going to try to sell it and get rid of it, but now that it's staying, the guy that said he was going to buy it never called me back, so I'll call him up and pay my permit fees. He said with late fees, it was going to be like $300, so I'll get that squared away. And court's behind me now, so things are looking up. Things are looking much better. Eric, oh, I got a surprise for you, homie. You missed the beginning. Oh, I was just showing off your artwork, Holmes. I love this thing. And you were talking about a coffee cup, and I was like, I got to get Eric's artwork out here. My man Eric down there in the comment section, homie made this out of clay with his own 2 little hands. You could see his fingerprints inside that thing. So with raw clay, a paintbrush, and some paint, that's true artwork. Homie, you are so talented. I named him Left Eye after TLC. So cool. So cool. I love this thing. Absolutely love this thing. And it's heavy, boy. You can see how thick it is. I got to be careful not to break his little cigarette. I love this thing, Eric. Absolutely love it. Had to show it off. Oh. And LS. Hell yeah, brother. I love that. You love it. Thank you for showing it off. Absolutely, dude. I'll whip it out here. This live's going to take a little while. I got a lot to unpack. LS, you recently looked at a video of mine when I first got here, before there was any drama, knee deep in snow, talking about the monster truck. And back then, I had the tiger by the tail. I was excited about this new adventure. I was excited about the snow, the challenges, doing the dog rescue. I had both dogs in this house. Life was really, really good. And unfortunately, things didn't turn out too well. But I've made peace with it now. It's been a long, hard process. Being angry and broken and PTSD and all that was very challenging. But over the last 3 years, I learned a great deal about life, about people, and about myself, most of all. It's been hard, but I feel much better the last few days. Getting that ship container moved was a big deal, because the last thing I needed was more drama from this town, because I was violating something and it was really eating at me, and I didn't know how I was going to get it moved. and called several people, and it was a real pain trying to find somebody. Then I found a nice gentleman, and he took care of business, and it's tucked away in the back. You can't see it from the street, so that it's not an eyesore. So anybody buying this property, that ship container is now an asset. It's not a liability anymore. So things are good. Things are real good. It's been a little rough, a little bumpy, but LS, you looking at that old video, you know? In fact, anybody that catches this live, I'm gonna post the video of when I first got here in the snow with talking about the monster truck, and you can see how excited I was. I wasn't bitching. I was laughing, having a good time. And the thing is, LS, I don't go back and look at a lot of old videos anymore. It's been a long time, and I'm so grateful that you went and looked at that and made a comment. I still got to go answer some comments, and yours is one of them. But it brought that to my attention, and it gave me faith knowing that once I get out of here, it'll be a new start again. Just like in that video, I'll be excited about the challenges. I'll be excited about getting things started, and I'll make sure that I'm not going to land in the hornet's nest again. You know, buying this place sight unseen was a big mistake. I mean, there's really no way I could have known what was waiting for me, even if I had come here. But I'll make sure wherever I move, there's already somebody there to make introductions. I'm not flying blind again. Monster truck did well in the snow. Yeah, it's well equipped for bad weather. Diesel works good in the cold weather. It's got plenty of ground clearance for deep snow. It's got air lockers for lock posi, so I got plenty of traction. It's a nice rig for any challenges, you know. Like those poor folks in Florida and North Carolina, roads getting washed out and all that kind of stuff. That rig will pretty much go anywhere. And with that big winch on the front, there's not too much I can't do with that thing other than fit in tight quarters. It's pretty big. The only thing it doesn't have is good head clearance, but it's got good ground clearance. Yeah. Well, there was a whole bunch of folks popped in real quick, and now it's down to 5 and 6. Thanks for double tapping the screen. It's so funny to me how there's a flood of folks that'll pop in right when I get started, and then it all disappears, which tells me my misfit troll stalker is hard at work, you know, and that's okay. I've made peace with my trolls and my stalkers. You don't bother me none. I don't let any of this nonsense bother me anymore. I can't. It's tearing me up, and it'll kill you. All that stress, worrying about shit. So I made a promise to myself every time I start getting too much going on in my dome, I just got to say, Johnny, just make peace with it. Whatever's coming your way, just make peace with it. So how you guys doing on this fine Sunday? How you doing, Eric, LS, Justin? Hopefully you guys are still being able to drop comments. What happened to you, Joe B? No more smart aleck remarks? AYRIS. Like it. There you go. Sorry, how do I say that? Aris. Aura. Lena Scott sub. Thank you for that. Just trying to make sure I didn't miss nobody. I try to answer everybody's comments. Yeah. 7 and 7. I'm doing okay, I guess. Eric, oh, dude. Well, you know it goes both ways. You want to come up here and pay me a visit, you're more than welcome. Justin, traveling home from the lake. It's a nice weekend here. Yeah, it's nice for me too. Sun shining. Yesterday I was down in the dumps. Really didn't have much motivation. Had to work through some stuff. You know, I got a lot of anniversaries coming up, and it always weighs heavy on me. But this year I told myself I'm not going to let it drag me down. Like I said, my birthday was last month. Little Kimba's birthday is in 2 days. My baby brother that passed away, his birthday's at the very end of the month. And then Thanksgiving, then Mom's birthday, then Christmas, and then the wifey's birthday and New Year's Eve. And I'm facing all of that alone again. But like I said, I made peace with it. LS, it's all good just lying around. Matcha is healing from the dog bite. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so sorry about that, young lady. But she still likes walking by the ocean. Oh, sweet. I love the ocean. I can't wait to see the ocean. My first trip will be back to San Francisco to get healthy, get in to see a doctor, you know, infectious disease specialist, get all my health issues squared away, and get my aneurysm checked, and put my feet in the sand. We did Mom's ashes in the Pacific Ocean, and going to the ocean is always paying respects to my mom. I did go to church last night. It was okay. Good for you, Eric. I was checking on my parents' place, and I just got back home a bit ago. Friday was a shit show. I'll have to tell you about it later. Yeah, dude, give me a call. We'll chat it up, man. When this live's over this afternoon, you want to call me anytime, blow me up, dude. I'm doing some chores, but I'll make sure I got the phone with me and we can talk. LS, thank you. Wolf's in the house. Hello, Johnny Misfits. Hope you all are having a blessed day. Having a great day, brother. Here, since you just popped in, I got to show off Eric's artwork. Our Misfit Eric down there in the comment section sent this to me shortly after I moved up here. It is so cool. Handmade out of clay. You can see homie's fingerprints in the bottom. And fired. You can hear it. I got to be careful. I'd hate to knock his cigarette off. It is so cool. His nickname is Left Eye, after TLC. Sonny kind of looked like Left Eye from TLC, and since he's only got one eyeball, it's Left Eye. Oh, go easy, Johnny. There we go. That's sick, haha. As Texas boy, I like the cactus. Amen, brother. Amen. That's what I'm saying. Eric's talented. And that's another reason I wanted to show off your artwork, dude, was to hopefully inspire you to get at your artwork, man. It's always impressed me. Your painting, your ceramic work, you're multi-talented when it comes to art, and your imagination when it comes to making stuff. It's so cool. It's so cool. And like I said, I'm sure if you took your artwork to one of those art and wine festival kind of things, and haha, thanks, Wolf, there you go. You'd probably make a pretty penny selling your cups and your bowls and your cactus and paintings and whatnot. You got so much going on, dude. Thank you, Johnny. I really appreciate your kind words. Dude, you deserve it, man. I've always had the ability to see greatness in other people. A lot of times they don't like to listen to what it is I got to say, but I truly believe in you, Eric. I think you could go a long way with your art. I really do, brother. I really do. LS, I'm sure many misfits have an artistic spirit. Amen, young lady. I like building stuff. Like the backyard video that you commented on, which is another one. Thank you for that. Back when I was in California, I built that deck with the top. I built the fence around the backyard. I built this big, if you dig around back there, I got a couple of videos of the shed I built. That's my artwork, is building with my hands. I like working with wood, and when you're done and it's a functional, whether it's a fence or whatnot. As a matter of fact, come springtime, if I got the money and the time, I'm going to check on a permit to build a privacy fence between me and the trailer. I got 2 game cameras pointed at me, so I'm watched. You know what I'm saying? And it makes me very uncomfortable to be eyeballed by game cameras. So when I talk to the gentleman at Land Management Services, I'll see what a permit for a privacy fence requires, so that if I got the time before I get this place up for sale, I can throw a fence between me and the trailer, which will make this property more appealing for a buyer. They won't have to worry about being eyeballed. I wish I had some kind of artistic skills, but the world decided I'm a collector, not a creator. Yeah, you and me both. Like I said, if it ain't for building a fence or a shed or a deck or something like that, I got no artistic ability. I got skills and knowledge on how to build something, and because being in a union, I understand shear load and weight and gussets and how to make something plenty strong. But as far as artistic ability, none. I wanted to be a drummer. Couldn't figure out how to work the sticks. I took art classes in junior high school. I ended up transferring to auto shop because I just didn't have the talent. You know, you could learn how to be a better artist, but to be a true artist, you need to be born with that talent. And Eric's got it, man. He's got it. He's got this crazy imagination, and he's got skills. You know, working with clay, working with paint and paint brushes. There really ain't too much he can't do. And that's something you're born with. I'm a firm believer. Artistic ability is something that is in you from the get. Like my tattoo guy, he can draw shit right off the top of his head and it looks great. And he's got this cartoony, artistic side of him, and a lot of his shit is just so cool. So cool. Been plenty of tattoos. What do you want me to do? And I'll just give him an idea and he'll draw it up. Yep, that'll work. Where some people are real picky. They want something exactly the way they want it. I just cut my guy loose and let him get after it. Nothing wrong with collecting. Without collectors, there would be no need for people to create. There you go, Eric. Very well put. And I'm sure you have another great gift. Wolf, there you go. He sure does. It's called being a good daddy. He's good people. All you guys are. Anybody that comes out and hangs out, bangs that button, all you guys are good people. And you all got a talent right here. You got a heart of gold, right? You do. Few people in the world really understand life the way we do. And, you know, they don't give a shit. You guys give a shit. And that means a lot to me, man. Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate you saying that. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Wolf. For sure. There is no greater gift that you could give in life than being a great dad to your baby, man. Listening to you talk about the little lawnmower, oh, I love that. Also, today's my store manager called me into his office and told me he appreciates that I keep my head down and I work, and gave me an extra hours this week. Dude, that's awesome. I told you you'd get recognized for your hard work. I told you. More presents under the Christmas tree, homie. I love that. We definitely need more good dads in the world. With the way it's going, the way it's doing. Oh man, sorry, Eric. Let me read this again. We definitely need more good dads in the world. With the way it's doing apart. I think that's a misspell or something, but I know what you're saying. I didn't have a dad. You know what I'm saying? Mom was mom, and I thought my brother's dad was my dad. I didn't know he was my stepdad. And then when I was about 12 years old, he came and picked me up for a visit in one of my foster homes and took me to Knox Berry Farm or something. And he asked me, he goes, "Do you want to come live with me?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. I got to ask mom." So I asked mom, and mom said, "You can't live with him. He's not your dad." And so she had to break me off at 12 that the guy that I thought was my dad wasn't my dad, which was a swift kick in the nuts. And then mom tells me, "Your dad's name is Tom Oliver. He worked at an airport. He was a mechanic working on helicopters." So I went to the San Carlos airport, little tiny airport, which is where mom said he worked. After she passed, I tried to find him. They remembered him, but they didn't have any intel on him. And then years later, my baby brother who passed away came and visited me when I lived in Grass Valley, and he saw an ancestry test sitting on my counter that I had ordered, but I never took it because I didn't know how to send it off and sign up on the internet and figure all that shit out. So he goes, "Dude, just take the test, spit in the cup, we'll send it off, and I'll help you figure out how to do it." And he did. And then through ancestry, I found out who my real dad was. So mom got that wrong. You know, shit happens. And meeting that man at his tombstone, you know, that's just another one of Johnny's stories, you know, one of many. So Wolf, you being a good dad for your boy, that's pure gold, homie. Pure gold. There's a lot of kids out there like me that didn't have a dad. I meant to say, with the way the world is falling apart. No, I get you, dude. Sorry, I butchered that one so bad. No worries, dude. You'll never get any grief from me when it comes to spelling or whatnot in the comment section, homie, because if the gadget didn't spell it as I talked, I wouldn't be able to put any comments down there to respond to your guys' comments. And like I said, when this live is over, I'm going to post a video of when I first moved up here, talking about the monster truck and showing the deep snow. I think we got 18, 20 inches overnight. It was wild, and I loved it, man. I was laughing and having a good old time. So I encourage you guys to check the replay and go see the Johnny Snow video. My lives don't have any comments, man. It's like once these things are done, they're done. And I haven't made a regular video in a while, and they usually get a handful of comments, as long as my troll don't take them down. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. I was over cleaning the little guest house. For whatever reason, man, that place is infested with flies. It was so nasty. Me and the vacuum cleaner sucking up a bunch of flies. Something tells me there's something dead in that house for there to be that many flies. Yeah, my parents were divorced. This is Wolf. And my time with my dad growing up was sitting in his living room watching TV while he drank with his friends. Dude. Or had a woman over. Yeah, no, I get it, dude. We don't get to pick our parents. But the thing is, you're making up for it the way you're taking care of your boy. So I'm trying to do the best, whatever I can, my son wants. There you go, dude. Good for you. Absolutely. And that's why I do the Misfit Island thing, for the same reason. I had a hard life, and it makes me feel good to help someone else that's had a hard life. Aged out foster children and homeless veterans. That's my passion, man. Anybody that served this country deserves a roof over their head and a meal in their belly. There's no reason for a veteran to be homeless, man. It crushes me. And I understand demons. you know, drinking and PTSD. And granted, my PTSD comes from my childhood, not from being at war. But that common ground, understanding somebody that struggles with their demons, you know, aged out foster children, same thing. Like Wolf was just saying, you have a lousy childhood, parents don't have their shit together, and you end up in a foster home. You carry those scars. And I get that, man, all too well. And it drives me to want to be a good person and help somebody. Mostly my dogs. My dogs are everything to me. Oh, get this. Go look up Steve-O from Jackass. He's got a YouTube channel. Look up Steve-O and look at the video he just posted. He's got a tour bus. He goes around different places and goes on tour and does whatever he does. But he does these meet and greets at the Humane Society, shaking hands and autographs and all that stuff. And he tells everybody that shows up, he will pay for all the adoption fees if they'll adopt a dog. And he's talking about a new dog he just got, and it was the cutest little pitty. I love that dude. I had no idea he was such an advocate for the dog. So I highly recommend to go watch Steve-O, go subscribe to his channel, and go watch what he's doing for dogs. I think he's got property in Tennessee or Kentucky, somewhere over there. And I was like, man, I want to be that dude's neighbor. He's such a dog lover, and he's out there doing whatever he can to get dogs adopted from dog shelters. So him and I got common ground. I would love to be that dude's neighbor, not to mention he's funnier than shit. He was a train wreck there for a while. But now he's all into fitness and dogs, and he's really turned his life around. Another person that, you know, as you get older, if you got half a brain and you see the mistakes you've made and you want to turn your life around, you can. And Steve-O's a perfect example, because he was heading for disaster, and he's turned out to be quite the person. Quite the person. So yeah, go check out Steve-O's channel and check out what he did for dogs, man. It's way cool. Way cool. I'll have to do some homework and find out where he lives and go stalk the guy. See what kind of properties for sale in his neck of the woods. Because that's what I plan on doing, is making sure I have allies in the doggy world to help me. You know, I can't do it alone. And LS, you're right. Trying to do 10 dogs by myself and pay for veterinarian bills and all that stuff, it could be very tough. But if I have friends that work at dog shelters and get to meet some veterinarians and all that kind of thing, grease the wheels, go a long way. So when I get moved, it'll just be me and 2 dogs, and then I'm gonna go shake hands and make friends. And then when I can slowly start to take on more dogs, I will. And if I get lucky enough to have some friends, some foster kids on the property with me, just make it that much easier. I'll definitely check the replay when you post it. I like watching when you first got there with all the snow. Yeah, dude, it's a cool video. Like I said, LS just watched it, brought it to my attention. I forgot all about it. I got so many videos up here from the mobile home park. I'll post that one too. I can't watch it though, because it's got the doggies in it and it just tears me up. Watching them in old videos is like they're still alive. And I got to make peace with that, right? Like I said at the beginning of this video, making peace with life. And there'll come a time where I could go watch all those old videos of those 2 dogs without getting all choked up. But it's still too raw. But I'm doing better, a lot better. Every day that goes by, a little better, man. Grief is tough. Like I said, Mom's birthday, Sonny's birthday, my baby brother's birthday, my dog's birthday, they're all coming up and they're all gone now. Grief's a bitch. But I'm happy for them. They're at peace now, right? They're in a better place, without a doubt. My crow out there hollering. It's so nice I got the windows open. I get to air the house out because it's warm outside. The wind's blowing, but it's blowing a warm wind. It's got to be in the 70s. It's crazy how warm it is here. Global warming. I'll take it. Turn northern Wisconsin into California. 72 degrees every day. Boy, wouldn't that be something? No more snow. Be some pissed off people up this way. They love their snowmobiles. November is a lot of anniversaries for me too. My grandmother died November 12th. My grandfather passed. His birthday was November 24th. And December 25th is Grandpa's Day. Yeah, dude. My mom's birthday is 11/22. Thanksgiving is right around there. Sonny's birthday is December 26th. Kimba's birthday is October 22nd. My brother's birthday is October 28th, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, dude, tough. Those anniversaries, man, bring up a lot of memories, but they're in a better place, all of them. They're in a better place for sure. All the near-death experience videos I've watched and whatnot, people that go to the other side and come back, they tell beautiful stories, man. I look forward to that day. I'm just in no hurry to get there. Got too much to do. Boy, the crow is mighty talkative today. Oh. Eric, yeah, that's a super close group for you. Yeah, gotta keep thinking about that being in a better place. Yes, sir, dude. Yes, sir. I know they are. Absolutely. It's one of the things I've been trying to make peace with, you know. Like I was saying, I've watched well over 100 near-death experience videos. People of all different kinds of religions, atheists, you name it, and the stories they tell are quite beautiful. That experience, what happens, where they go, who they see, what they feel, and how much they really don't want to come back. That tells me it's very real. Heaven is a real place. No matter what your religious beliefs are or your interpretation of life, when we go to the other side, it'll be a beautiful thing. Sometimes life on this planet is really hard, but through that adversity, you learn a great deal. I've learned a lot in the last 3 years. My dogs especially, they taught me the most. Taught me how to let go of my anger and how to cherish every moment, like Wolf raising his little boy, cherishing every moment, that little boy pushing that little toy lawnmower around. Those memories, worth more than gold. You can't buy that in a store. And that's what my dogs taught me. To cherish every moment with the ones you love. My angry side, I pushed everybody away. My phone don't ring. I don't hear from my kid or my brother. You know, even my friends, I don't hear from as often as I'd like to, but when I do, I cherish that time. I was angry for a long time. Man. But I can see it now for what it was. And I'm not that person no more. And if I'm lucky enough to meet the right woman one day, who knows? Maybe Johnny will have himself a wife. I'd like that. When I was a younger man, my favorite description of women was junk because I had bad luck. Mom was a wreck, and all the relationships I was in, baby's mama, I had bad luck meeting a good one. And I met one good one, but I was hung up on someone else and blew it. Blew it. She was a keeper. But if I'm lucky enough to meet another keeper, I'll recognize it right away, and I sure won't fuck that one up. Good friends are hard to find. And when you have a good friend, you have to treat them with the love and respect they deserve, man. And if they make you fussy, you just got to have patience, right? You know, none of us are perfect. Children need to see in a honorable person in their life. Amen, LS. I couldn't have said it better myself. Absolutely. Absolutely. Boy, the count sure dropped. I see 3 people watching and 10 thumbs up. Boy, the gadget, it does not put me in rotation. I like making new friends out here, but it's YouTube is a challenge. You know, between the trolls messing with the channel and YouTube just not caring for me in general, I guess. You know, back when I was, get this, in the statistics, I can see what in the last, how many people have watched in 48 hours or 60 minutes, right? And I saw that count go to 10,000 views in a 48-hour period when I was all yelling and screaming about all my drama and the trolls were coming in and I was jousting with the trolls. The traffic to this YouTube channel was through the roof. The traffic today hit under 100. From 10,000 to less than 100 views in a 48-hour period. What does that tell you? Drama sells. And if you're not a drama queen, you ain't gonna get any attention. Triple Hot Mess is in the house. Hey, Johnny, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you, young lady, and the same to you. LS, people are scrolling all the time. Yes, they are, LS. Hello, everybody from Hot Mess. There you go. Eric, it's probably because it's Sunday afternoon, though, too. Yeah, you're probably right, homie. Like if people are out with their families and friends. Yep, I agree, Eric. I agree. I agree. There you go, saying hi to Triple Hot Mess. There you go. Our little Misfit family. I dig it. I dig it. Oh, man. Oh. Boy, I can't wait to get healthy. Oh. Hopefully I can get to California soon. I got some expenses I got to get squared away. And then once I got finances, I got to sell at least one of these trucks and maybe one of the Harleys. And I'd like to get rid of both of them, both the trucks. Once I got that money, I can square this place away and head back, have money to travel back to Cali and whatnot. And then I can get my health squared away. LS, I watched your workout video. It was cool. Thank you, LS. I appreciate you. Why don't you have mods for your channel? I had mods at one time. Somebody with the wrench was doing bad things, taking down comments and blocking people that they shouldn't have. You know, people have trolled me, pretended to be my friend, and then wreaked havoc on my channel. It's, you know, because people catfish, you know, pretend one thing just so they can do something else. And I've heard it before. Be careful giving out wrenches. You just don't know who you're giving them to. That's why I don't do mods anymore. And I don't need them. How many trolls are in here? None. Trolls don't even come in anymore. What's happening, Tony? Good to see you. There's a new face. Here, let me show off Eric's artwork for you since you just got here. Eric down there in the comment section, homie, sent this to me when I first moved here. Made out of clay. And it's heavy too. It's so cool. It's so cool. Left eye. Not to be confused with stink eye. Oh. Hey, cool. There you go. You got it. Triple hot. Hopefully all's well. Bill W, things are good today, man. Making peace with life. You know what I'm saying? Tony, awesome. Yeah, Eric's talented. Homie knows his art. And he's got mad skills. He paints too. I got a crazy painting over in the other house I need to bring over here and hang on the wall. You are in such a good mood today. Yeah. Staying busy? Yeah, real busy. Yesterday was rough. I got a lot of anniversaries coming up, and I had the guy came out and moved my ship container on Friday, which helped with my mood because I was real stressed about getting that thing moved, and got court squared away. That's something else off my mind now. And so slowly but surely, I'm starting to get feeling better, back to my old self. And just need to liquidate some vehicles so I can get back home and get healthy, go on a vacation, see some friends and some family, be good for the soul, get back out here, get this property up for sale, and get started fresh somewhere else. And like I was saying, LS just watched a video of when I first got here before my drama, and it was big snow, and I was talking about the monster truck. I'm going to post that in the comment section when this is over. So I encourage everybody to come on back when this is over and go watch my video when I first got here. I was in great spirits, man. And when I watched that video, that was kind of like the big push I needed to get back to my old self. Quit dwelling on the past. Nothing I can do about my dogs being gone and the drama in the neighborhood. That's all behind me now. So I need to stay focused, make peace with life, and stay on track. Get to my little sanctuary, get the dog rescue thing going, and everything will be the way I always wanted it. Tony, thumbs up. Bill W, that's good to hear. Court sure take a while, can take a lot out of an individual. I'll tell you what, man, it drug on and on and on and on and on and on. And it cost me a lot of money, man. For a minute and a half of me running my mouth, it cost me a great deal, and I learned a lot. Zip the lip, no more drama. Oh, watch the truck, will you, which truck will you keep? The monster truck. I'm keeping the big one. It's too useful. It gets the best gas mileage, believe it or not, being a diesel. It gets better than the other two trucks. And it's more capable than the other trucks. So I'm keeping the big Ford. I'm a Chevy guy at heart. I would love to hang on to that dually, but I need the money. I need to do a lot around here. I need travel expenses so I can go home and so I can travel around the country, try to find a new place to live. So I need to generate revenue. I was a silver stacker, and I saved a bunch of money stacking silver, and it was for this property. And I spent it on those trucks, hoping to entice some misfits to come stay here, seeing that there was already trucks here for you to drive and all that stuff, and it just didn't work out. So now I'm going to get rid of them, hang on to the big one, and go see the country, find a new place to live. How come you have so many trucks? Well, like I was just saying, it was so that when people came here, they'd, down on your luck, you ain't gonna have a car. I wanted people to have a vehicle to, you know, go to the store, pick up a dog, take a dog to the vet, do this, do that. I had big plans, man. And I thought if I had some extra vehicles here, it'd be more enticing. People would see that I was serious, you know. Aged out foster child, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old. Chances are they don't have a car. I could say, here, this one's for you. So that was my plan with all the trucks. It just didn't work out. Which is a pain in the ass, because now I got to try to sell them, and that's always fun. Do you have kids? I have a daughter. She's over 30 years old now, but her and I don't talk. We had words a long time ago, and I've sent text messages, and I haven't heard back. So hopefully one day she can forgive me for being angry and see that I've changed. When her and I had words, I was still drinking. I haven't drank in years. It's 5 years now I've been sober. 4.5, 5 years. I don't even keep track anymore. 3, 4, yeah, almost 5 years, I think. It'll be 5 years on New Year's Eve. I drank once in 5 years. Man, mistakes we make. Prayers. Thank you. Thank you, young lady. I appreciate that. Yeah, hopefully my daughter forgives me one day. She's pretty angry, just like her own man. Her mom was real angry, and so my kid's got her own PTSD, I have no doubt. The last thing she said to me, I'll never speak to you again until you get professional help. And she was right. I needed help. But after what mom went through going to a shrink, that wasn't going to happen. So I had to educate myself about what was wrong with me, you know. Back then, I didn't know what complex PTSD was. I didn't realize how angry I was. I had no idea what being triggered was or dysregulated and all that, and how that's my responsibility to check my anger. My daughter was right. But I'm not that same person anymore. And I don't know if she ever watches any of my videos anymore. And I pray one day she does and sees that I'm a different man and she reaches out. I really do. It would mean a lot to me. I love her to death. Crosses that we have to bear. Consequences for your actions. She's a dog lover too. Anyway, I'll get all sappy. LS, she probably going through her own stuff, needs time. Amen. Absolutely. Absolutely. She's got her demons, I have no doubt, just like the rest of us. And with a little bit of luck, one day, her and I will have a very long, heartfelt conversation. Keep up the good work, and I just recently slowed down on drinking, but might have a gambling problem, but I'm balancing out. I'm a good person, and I try to keep it 100%. There you go, hot mess. It's all we can do is try, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect. We all have our good and bad days, and everybody's got vices and whatnot. One day at a time, as they say. When I realized how angry my drinking got me and how it was killing me at one time, my ankles were getting swollen, my face was real red and blotchy, and I knew my body was starting to shut down. And that's how the wife died. And that was a big slap in the face. But the biggest thing that keeps me from drinking is I know how angry I get, and I don't want to be that person anymore. Get you in a lot of trouble. And it's a miserable life. Some people are happy drunks. Not me. Yeah, I got no desire to ever drink again. Sometimes that demon speaks to you, though, when you're trying to, when you're in pain, right? When life sucks and you just want to forget, that's when the alcohol talks to you, when you want to forget. But it just makes it so much worse. Gambling is tough. That was one of my father's vices. He had two: anger and gambling. Yeah. Oh, that's a bad combination too, because if you lose a bunch of money, you're going to be pissed, right? So one feeds the other. Yeah. Fortunately, I didn't have any issues with gambling. Money was too hard to earn. We came up poor, you know, being on welfare, food stamps, food running out at the end of the month. That's what kept me from being a gambler. My money was too hard to earn. And Johnny's got no luck. I got to give up the tobacco. That's what I got to give up. Triple hot. I lose money every day. Oh, sweetheart, I'm sorry. That ain't no fun. LS. My mom was super steady. Good for you. That's why you're a preschool teacher. You had good influence in your life, young lady. You're good people. Anybody that dedicates their life to teaching the young ones, especially preschool, like we were talking about, teaching children how to interact with each other, how to interact with adults, how to build their confidence, how to build a small child up instead of tearing them down, yelling at them. Preschool teacher's job is highly valuable. And like I said, you should be making fantastic money taking care of kids. Thank you guys, by the way. We're up to 12. Oh. I used to get discouraged how this channel went in the toilet. But I take quality over quantity any day. And you guys are good people, man. I really appreciate you guys. Johnny, geez, what do I do for a living? I don't know, Triple Hot, what do you do for a living? Eric, I gotta give up the drinking, but if I ever can right now, I feel like I need it right now just to cope, and that's sad to say that I need it. Yeah, homie, the thing is, you think you need it because life sucks and it takes the edge off, but if you really think long and hard about it, it makes it worse, right? Because you're not dealing with what you need to deal with. You're just escaping from the truth. And the truth is, you need to get on your artwork, homie. If you're spending time creating artwork like this, homie, you're not going to have time to drink. You won't want to, right? You're not doing this when you're drunk. This is your alcohol right here, bro. Do your artwork, hang out with the artsy fartsy people, and you won't feel the craving to drink, Holmes. I know it. I feel it. I understand where you're coming from. I do. It's a lot easier to crack open a beer than it is to get busy spinning something. But I'm telling you, man, if you can switch the alcohol for your artwork, you'll be much happier, bro. I mean, how much pride do you have when you finish something like this? I know it makes you proud. It has to. It's too good not to. And then how do you feel when you've been drinking the next day? You're hungover and you feel guilty because you got drunk and you knew you shouldn't have, blah, de, blah, blah, blah. But if you're doing your artwork, you're not going to be hungover. And I harp on it because I believe in you, brother. I do. You know, back when you were doing all this stuff, I used to hear you talk about, you know, going to the place where you were making all your stuff and talking about this girl and that girl and this and that. And dude, you were so happy back then. I think you were going to church. I think you were going to AA, maybe, if memory serves. And you were doing this on a regular, bro. Get back to this guy. Fuck that guy. Get back to this guy, man. You will. When you're ready, you will. New Year's Eve is a great time to quit drinking. That's what I did. And I've done that many times in life because it's a good starting point. Start the year off on the right foot. And this is what really motivated me when I first quit drinking. 1 out of 100 people, when they quit drinking, will last for 1 year. I wanted to be 1 in 100. And when I made that goal and I went a whole year without drinking, my second goal was, out of that 1 in 100, 1 in 1,000 will make it to the second year. I wanted to be 1 in 1,000. So I went 2 years straight. When I quit drinking, nothing. Then I moved up here. I think I got to the 3rd year. And then I thought, well, you know, I've been doing so good. Maybe I could have a beer every once in a while. And I went out and got some whiskey and some beer. Oh, fuck, it was a huge mistake. I only did it once. In almost 5 years, I only drank once. But if you can make it 2 years without drinking, that's 1 in 1,000. That's something to be proud of. And if you can do it for 1 year, that's 1 in 100. That's a great place to start. And this right here will keep you from drinking, homie. I'm a firm believer, man. Get on your artwork, dog. You're so talented, man. And being drunk, you ain't up there making this fucking shit. Right? You're too busy doing this instead of doing this. Get after your artwork, brother. I love this stuff. Absolutely. I mean, come on, you guys. If you could do this, wouldn't you be doing this? It would just clay and paint. And look at the end result. It is so cool. It is so cool. I'm jealous. I wish I had the talent. Oh, whiskey's in the house. Eric, let me check Eric's comment right quick. My problem is I like to get a buzz and drink while I'm working on stuff. But yeah, life sucks right now. And well, I take the New Year's Eve advice and try to make that my starting date. Good for you, Eric. Yeah, give it a go, brother. And see, I have a feeling you'll be great, and you'll be glad you did. Whiskey. I barely go more than 2 days without drinking. Eric, I appreciate you, Johnny. I really, really do. Well, thank you, homie, and I appreciate you too, man. Be careful with the drinking, whiskey. That shit'll kill you, homie. If you're teetotaling, it's one thing, right? A couple of pops, that's one thing. But if you're getting hammered on a regular, that's what I was doing, it ruins you, bro. Eric, you got this. There you go. Words of encouragement. There you go. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with having a few beers and enjoying your life. For me, I was a binge drinker. That's what mom called it. She had a friend that was a binge drinker, and I didn't realize it, but that was me. I couldn't have a couple of beers and a shot. You know, it was a 12 pack and a bottle of Jameson. And it was all bad, man. And a little 420 never hurt. You know, if you're using it right, it's quite creative, Eric, right? Instead of drinking while you're doing your artwork, take a couple puffs off a doobie and go that route, homie. It's a lot healthier for you, both mind, body, and soul. Whiskey. I can't drink like that with kids around. Oh, there you go, whiskey. I may have a drink or two, but I need to maintain. There you go. There you go. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with having a couple of pops, but getting drunk and getting hammered, that was me. And that's all bad. But just to have 2 or 3 beers, no harm, no foul. And you're right, you're raising babies, you can't afford to be drunk, right? There's no way. You're a good dad, brother. You're a good dad. There you go, there you go. I love it, encouraging each other and whatnot. Oh, man. Boy, it's windy outside, but it's warm. Really weird weather up here this time of year. They say there's a drought. I can see why. We ain't seen any snow yet either. Very odd. Global warming. Thank you, Karina. There you go, Eric. Thank you guys for hitting that button. Appreciate you. Henry's in the house. What's up, Louisiana? Wayne got rain on a long time. Oh, Louisiana hasn't got rain in a long time. There you go, Henry. Yeah, the weather has gotten mighty strange like everything else around this planet. There's a guy that I follow who watches the sun flares and all that. He talks about we're due for a magnetic flip. The North Pole and the South Pole are gonna flip-flop. It'll be Armageddon. Whiskey. I'm surrounded by gallons of liquor at any given time. You learn to smarten up quick or you'll do yourself in. Amen, whiskey. Amen. Well said. Well said. There's nothing wrong with having a hustle, man. Yeah. Alcohol's been around since the dawn of time. All the way back to the Bible, right? Moderation, like anything in life. If you're just teetotaling, no harm, no foul. But you get into that excessive behavior, you're heading for trouble. Boy, the wind is really blowing. I watch the trees. They look like they're dancing. The flag's flapping and the trees are moving. I dig it. Who is ready for Thanksgiving? Not me. Holidays are a tough time for me. Like I was just saying, I got a lot of anniversaries and Christmas and New Year's and Thanksgiving. Johnny's going to be by himself again. This is 3 years in a row up here with being all alone. Holidays are a tough time for me. But this year will be better. Even with my dogs being gone, I've made peace with life. I feel a lot more at ease in my soul. Not so angry anymore. One of those lessons learned the hard way. Right there with drinking and the rest of it, man. You can teach an old dog new tricks. Fuck. There's no doubt about it. Henry, yeah, but you got to think about it. There is better places than we are. There you go, Henry. Whiskey. My wedding anniversary is Halloween. There's a cool anniversary date. I can only imagine what that wedding was like. Oh, that is good, Johnny. What a great feeling to let things go and be in peace. It's a work in progress, young lady. Like I said, yesterday was pretty tough. And the last, 4 or 5 months losing my dogs and drama in the neighborhood and all that, it really took its toll on me, and it forced me to find peace. It did. I couldn't keep going the way I was going. I was tore up every day, man. And even last night, trying to get sleep, I was tossing and turning, and I was just telling myself, dude, you just gotta let it go. Got to make peace with the demons. You got to let it go. You can't let it drag you down. There's too many good dogs waiting for me. There's too many of you good people waiting for me. And anybody that's watched my channel over the last years, you've seen me go through a great deal and misbehave and all that. But I'm not that person anymore. That person still resides inside of me, right? My anger will never go away. I can't erase my childhood, but I can make peace with my childhood, just like I can make peace with this neighborhood and the passing of my dogs and whatnot. I got to make peace with all that. If I ever want to be happy, I got to make peace first, right? It's just like Israel and Palestine, cowboys and the Indians. You got to make a truce. You got to make peace before you can be happy. Because there's always going to be somebody to piss you off. And if you got inner peace, they can't fuck with that. You might get angry, but you don't have to exhibit that behavior. You just lean on your peace. I used to say it out here all the time. I leaned on my anger when I was sad. Like Eric talking about leaning on alcohol to deal with his demons. Anger was my coping mechanism. And I didn't realize how wrong I was. I thought that was okay. And it wasn't. I make peace with my demons now. That's why breaking a light fixture, I started laughing because I couldn't get angry. I laughed out loud at myself because when it broke, I looked up and I looked down and I didn't holler. I wasn't yelling, and I started laughing. That's how I know I've made big changes, because I can see it, I can feel it. It's not just me talking about it. I recognize the difference. And when I can get 2 dogs in my life, oh my goodness, then I'll have love in my life again. And I know I can't have love in my life till I make peace. I need to make peace with the passing of my dogs, right? I don't want to bring 2 dogs into my life while I'm still sad about the other 2. So I need to make peace with that grief, right? Whether you're beefing with the neighborhood or you're grieving, whatever your heartache is, you got to make peace with that in order for you to move forward in life. Our whiskey. On our wedding day, I was Jack. She was Sally. There you go. 3 years. Good for you, dude. Good for you. Well, may God bless you with many more years to come, Whiskey. Amen. Well said, young lady. Amen. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I got 3 little chihuahuas was there, and they stay with me all the time. There you go, Henry. Yeah. Yeah. Like I was saying earlier in this video, go check Steve-O from Jackass. He's got a YouTube channel. And his latest video was him getting a new dog and how he goes on tour in his bus and he makes pit stops at the local SPCA and does a meet and greet, signing autographs and all that stuff. And he tells everybody that shows up, if anybody adopts a dog, he'll pay the adoption fees. So he's out there being a dog advocate on a regular. And he's healthy and he's exercising. He's not some cracked out goofball anymore. He's really turned his life around. He's a true inspiration. But when I watched that video just the other day about his new dog, boy, it tugged at my heartstrings how much I want a dog. He's laying on his bed and his dog's licking his face. And I'm like, man, I miss that. So I use that pain to motivate me to hurry up and get out of here so I can get another dog. I miss having a dog very, very much. They're so good for the soul. I keep telling you, Eric, you need to get a dog. Anybody out there that struggles, if you can have a dog, I highly, highly recommend getting one. They will change your life for the better. They really will. Yeah, Eric, I'll be back. I gotta make a phone call. If I don't get back before the live ends, I'll give you a call. I'll give you a call anyway. Love you, brother. Love you too, Eric. Go handle your business. And once again, homie, thank you so much for your gift. I absolutely adore this thing, man. I really do. You know, I can only imagine how many hours you put into this. And I'm very grateful for your friendship, my brother. I am. You lift my spirits all the time, and it means a great deal to me. Knowing you're out there helps get me through some of the hard times, bro. You're a friend, a true friend. I love you, and we'll chat later. Thanks again for your artwork, brother. Thank you. Oh, good people doing good things for each other. You guys give me faith that not all is lost. It's a tough world, man, and it's nice to have people show you kindness. Anytime, brother. I'm just glad you enjoy it as much as I do, and I'm grateful for your friendship too. There you go, Eric. Will you be willing to take my email, Johnny, down? Friendship is golden. Karina, if you, I don't read so good, so I don't really do much with the email stuff. But if you go post your email on an older video and delete it, I'll still see it in the background. You know what I'm saying? It should still pop up, and that way the whole world doesn't get your email. Because I got trolls, and if you put your email out there, you're going to get grief. I can almost guarantee it. Anybody that shows kindness to me, you're going to get grief. So if you post it on an old video and delete it right away, I should still be able to see it, and then I'll try to shoot you an email. Whiskey, I don't need another dog. I'm doing good to have my wife. Ah, thank you for that, Whiskey. I haven't laughed that hard in so long. I love your sense of humor, homie. Oh, oh, you cracked me up, brother. Thank you for that, man. I needed that. You got it, Karina. Yeah, we got to be a little covert. I don't want you getting any grief. Like I said, I got some hardcore stalkers that I don't think I'll ever get rid of. And I've learned the hard way about being too open out here and getting hassled. I get crank phone calls still to this day from idiots on YouTube because I used to put my phone number out here. It was my philosophy that if I plan on starting a charity, I don't, everybody knows where I live. Everybody knew my phone number. I made the mistake of putting my email out here and got a bunch of crap. So now I'm very careful. But, you know, back in the day, I didn't care. I'll just block your phone number or whatever, you know. But there are people out there that are pretty crafty and can find ways to fuck with you when they got your personal information. It's a shitty world, right? You can't just be a good person and be left alone. There's always a troll around every corner. And it's not paranoia, it's just the facts. It's too bad, too. You would think all the shit that YouTube does in regards to censorship, they don't do much for trolls. You know, if you talk about certain things they don't want you to talk about, you know, white lines in the sky. I can go on and on about different things that YouTube has a real problem with. But when it comes to trolls, they don't do anything to curb that. I've complained to YouTube, and so now they don't put me in circulation anymore. That was their cure for my trolls. They just kicked me out of circulation. And it's too bad because I enjoy making new friends and contacts. So when the time comes and I get the doggy rescue thing going, I would love to have hundreds of thousands of subscribers and a Kickstarter and a GoFundMe to buy dog food and all that kind of stuff and pay for vet bills. But evidently it's not going to happen on YouTube. And folks are always telling me to go to TikTok or this or that, but I've been on YouTube so long and I'm used to using this platform. I don't know how to use the gadget so well, so I don't know anything about any other platforms. I don't go on Instagram anymore. I don't have Facebook anymore. YouTube's the only thing I do. But, you know, you guys sharing videos helps. And leaving comments on old videos and in the comment section on lives and whatnot, that helps, you know, get the word out. One day I'll have a little charity going. My lives, Karina, my live stream, we do panel and scratch off lottery tickets and a lot of laughter. And we are there for each other. Nice. I love to hear that. I love to hear that. Yeah, Henry. Yeah, but it's the same there. A bunch of sick puppies out there. Yes, sir, Henry. I hear you, man. Like I said, I don't go on any other platforms. I wouldn't even know how to go on TikTok. YouTube's the only thing I do. And I've been doing it since 2012. But the world is a shit show. There's no doubt about it. And good people are far and few between. That's for sure. You guys are awesome. The ones that stick around and come back on a regular, you guys get life the way I do. You're just good people in your heart and soul and want to say nice things and laugh and, you know, be a little bit of a smart aleck or whatever, talk a little bit of shit, you know, with respect. But the trolls, man, it just amazes me how somebody can pop into this comment section and say some really fucked up stuff to a complete stranger. What possesses people to behave that way? I don't get it. I really don't get it, man. I would feel bad if I talk shit to a stranger and hurt somebody's feelings. They have no conscience. They don't. No empathy at all. You know, coming out here and talking about doing a kind act for a stranger, rescuing a dog, going to a dog shelter, taking one for a walk, giving a homeless person a hamburger. Trolls don't do that. The only thing they care about is themselves. But it's worse than that. It makes them happy to make somebody else miserable. Why would you do that? What possesses somebody to behave that way? That's their broken, right? Daddy did them wrong, so they feel they need to lash out to strangers, man. And I got that from a narcissist, straight from the horse's mouth. A long time ago when I was in the mobile home park, and I didn't even know what a troll was. I had some trolls in the comment section saying, "Ooh, look, he's triggered." I didn't know what that meant. I had no clue what that meant. And one of the trolls gave me a heads up. He's like, "I like your angry side, so I'm going to give you a clue, Johnny." He said, people that behave like that were people that got abused as a kid, and they feel the need to bust on somebody like you to get back at their dad. Something about you reminds them of their father, so therefore they take out their bullshit on you, misplaced, is what he said. And once I learned that, it went a long way for me to understand what possesses trolls to do what they do. I mean, I went through a lot of shit in life, but it don't make me want to troll people. It makes me want to do charity. That just goes to show how fucked up they are. Ah, Karina, I love my YouTube family. I love my YouTube family, and I do have communications outside of YouTube where we just one big happy family. Good for you, Karina. I love to hear that. Some people are literally full of nothing but hate. Amen, whiskey. Couldn't have said it better myself. LS. A lot of trolls are teenagers. It just amazes me that where do you get that fucking mindset? And where do you get the fucking nerve to go fuck with a stranger? Tony, the majority of modern day wives are relentless trolls, and the husbands eventually wake up and get rid of them. There you go, Tony. Yeah, I don't get it, man. But clearly the world is full of it. There's no denying that. I mean, back when I was angry out here hooting and hollering, fuck, I got so many trolls. One of my lives had, I don't know, 2,000 people popped in. I never had that kind of traffic on a live. And the vast majority of them were trolls. You know, and then me complaining to YouTube about the trolls, they took me out of that vertical feed or whatever. They'll vertical feed me to about 100, and then they cut it off. They don't toss me out there no more. And I'm okay with it, because I don't get many trolls in the comment section anymore. Every once in a while, one or two here and there, but for the most part, they're gone. And it's much more pleasant. I mean, the channel don't grow because they don't do the circulation, and they don't even push old videos the way they used to. Every once in a while, they'd put one of my older videos in rotation. I'd get comments on old stuff. That don't happen anymore. I landed on their shit list. There's no doubt about it. I've watched the view count go up and go down, go up and go down. I've watched the thumbs up go up and go down, go up and go down. It's like, come on now, really? What they call it, shadow banding. The algorithm, whatever, man. It's just par for the course when it comes to the internet. But I can't complain. It doesn't cost me anything to come out here. It's not like they charge me to make videos. And the fact of the matter is, I would have commercials, but I used to have them. Then I got up to 150 bucks and they said I needed some kind of password or something so they could mail me a check, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. So they just took my commercials away. But when I had commercials, I had more rotation because I was making them money. You know, whatever you get for having commercials, you get about this much and they get about this much, right? YouTube's just a pimp, right? And we're all hookers. But when you don't have commercials, you're just dead weight on their platform. You're not making them any revenue. You're just taking up space. That's another reason why this channel don't go nowhere. Well, I got some work to finish up, some dinner to get cooked, some more cleaning to do. So I think I'm going to jump off of here. But thank you guys. I appreciate you all very much. You give me faith that YouTube isn't full of trolls. It's just par for the course, you know? But you good folks know what time it is. You do. And I appreciate you. So on that note, love the ones that love you back. Do your best with the trolls in the world. And please, pretty please, go to your local dog shelter and take one of these beautiful dogs for a walk. They deserve it. And so do you. Watch what it does for you. And don't forget, that bum that you walk by every day, you know, somewhere in your travels, you see the same homeless person in the same spot. Stop off at the donut shop, get him a couple of donuts and a hot cup of coffee, and say, here, brother, here, young lady, I care, and I hope your life gets better. And then see how you feel. You'd be surprised what it does for you, doing a kind act for a stranger. You really would. It's food for the soul. All right, y'all, have a beautiful day, and thank you again for all your kind words and comments down there. I love you guys. Have a beautiful evening, and I will see you soon. Peace.